going, I think. Probably. Need to find an album, or at least some music. Probably should have done that beforehand. We'll just do the regular stuff. Just Jason cares always good. It's also very loud, my goodness. Bump that up a little bit because it was quiet last time. Yeah, that looks quite good. Maybe 10, 15 decibels below me. Okay, so, this post this morning from CADNurd, who is a CSWA and posts frequently to the subreddit. This weird shape, it's got kind of a... This drawing as it is, it looks like it was modeled simply, like this was just a curved, like a simple revolve, but based on the drawings, and I could be totally overblowing it, where is his link? Behance, here we go. So this is the original stuff from the guy who designed this. What's his name? Brett Mellor. Yes, Brett Mellor. From South Carolina, designs all sorts of things. The way this is drawn, and this line in particular right here, oh, there we go. This line right here, that kind of makes me think that it's not really, that this isn't just a simple revolve, because it looks like that line's supposed to be straight, and that those profiles are supposed to be straight as well, which is considerably trickier to model, because you're no longer, your revolved cut profile is no longer, like, straightforward, and if you do it the easy way, that's just a single revolve, then it would be a pain to get sort of in there and machine that part unless you had a fifth axis. And we're machining this on the fifth axis. Like you can tell, gotta have at least one other good view of it. Of course, he manufactured quite a few of these just because, you know, it's a fun shape to make. But the way that that edge is shaped to me doesn't really look like it's a simple revolve to cut. Not to mention that these straight, this looks like it's straight through rather than curved or concave in there. And that looks straight through as well, so it could be something that he did after the fact to make it easier to machine. But I'm going to take a stab at first the easy way that everyone does it, because I think the way that I've been doing is a little different than most folks. This guy up here, Smitty981, CSWE, so more experience, been around the block quite a bit more than I have. He's got 2 revolves, 2 cuts, 2 fillets, easy peasy. I'm going to do it a little bit differently just because I want to try and use patterns, and it's easier than, you know, drawing sketches and that sort of thing. So we'll hide that, pop chat out, drop it somewhere easy, and I just realized I left the reference image up that whole time. from the last stream. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, new part. Let's go. Millimeters. So, pretty easy. What I have in my head is basically just 2 sort of cones back to back, and then with circular cuts on them. So we'll just do a quick sketch on the front plane. Make this kind of like that. Give myself some lines here to define where I want all of my edges and things to be. Is that, come on, Alt-M? I don't get Alt-M anymore? There we go, midpoint, thank you. Okay, so these 3, oh, it wants to select everything. These 3, I'm just gonna make it equal. I think the matching the form exactly is less important than the structure of trying to do it, so I'll just make that 25, I think, is what I've been going with. To be honest, I practiced this a little bit at work as well, because I just wanted to have a stab at it, so. Add these. Give this some distance, or some angle between them, and then what I've been doing is setting a height, using that, setting it equal to these, and that gives me a nice fixed height, and I think I have enough to work with here now. So we'll do a quick revolve, say this axis. I only learned today, actually this morning, that you can pick a solid line as your axis of revolution, which is great because now it means I can make solids more easily. I always used to add an extra construction line up top. I'll even show you what I mean. I always added an extra construction line up top and tried to avoid using construction lines wherever I could so that when I hit revolve, it would just automatically grab that one and make revolve for me. But you don't need to do that, it turns out. So we'll just quickly get rid of that. Only as much detail as you need. So let's add that axis, selected contour, this one. What? Results in contour? Wow, come on now. I didn't do that earlier. Is it picking? What line is it picking? Okay, that's annoying. Maybe it does want that extra line there. We'll do a revolve. Neater, neater, neater. Axis, grab that one. Contour, grab that one. Oh, thin feature. Durr. I don't want a thin feature. Maybe that was why I was complaining. Doesn't matter. All good. Glad you came. Always glad to have eyes and just someone to look at the weird stuff I do. So, thank you. Have a nice night. Okay, so got that structure in place. The way that I did it, and this is definitely not how most people would do this, there is some rotational symmetry. Yeah, always glad to have people watching later. Super appreciate it too. But I think this approach is a little bit unique, is recognizing the symmetry in the shape. Oops. Recognizing the symmetry and that there's an axis that goes right through here that the whole thing is symmetrical about. So using that, I can have a sketch there. Do circular pattern? Where are you at? We'll just add that and grab this axis. There we go. And now we can do a revolved cut using the sketch we did earlier and adding that circle back, which is why I added it. It's tremendously powerful to have multiple features in your sketch if you can manage it. And do a quick circular pattern. Grab that, features and faces. Fun fact, if you click here, it won't actually do things right because this face was created by the revolve feature, and that means that when it goes to look for, goes to try and figure out what feature you want to grab just by what face you clicked on, it's like, oh, you clearly want the solid revolve feature. Because the cut revolve didn't actually add a face. This face is all contiguous, so you have to click it from the tree. But it patterns around, gives you your hole. Do a quick, I think 30 is about right for these. And you can do connected to start face too, which is nice. And 30, fill it all edges touching this face and this face. Make that like 2 mils. And yeah, there's, hang on, where's the Reddit post? Did I really close it? I'm gonna feel really stupid if I closed it. Yes, here we go, okay. I did kind of close it. Oops, we're the wrong way around. But yeah, there we go, there's our shape. So this is, fundamentally it looks like it even matches in the reflections in this model, but I think this is CADNurd's attempt, not, well, we'll zoom in a little bit and look at the post again. Must have been done with surfaces. That actually you don't have to do with surfaces. Let's show how to do that with not surfaces. Instead of doing a cut revolve, we'll suppress all that and go back up here. And let's do a sketch on the, hang on, what sketches have we got already? We've got this sketch. Yeah, let's use this. Okay. Oh, how can we do this? This is gonna be weird for sure. I don't think I'm gonna reuse a sketch to do this actually, because that would be frankly rude to anyone looking at this model in the future. Let's pop a sketch in here. say, okay, I want, well, I will have to reference this sketch just so I can grab all my points, but we'll grab a center point, say here to, ooh, whoops, no, I want to be on this, I want to be on this center point. Dirt. Let's go here and around and make it coincident with that. And that'll lock it in. And then, oh, how do I want to do this? I'm going to try a swept solid, I think, is what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's try a swept solid. Okay, so the way to do that other one is like this. Whoops. Nope, don't be coincident with the horizontal there. That would be kind of annoying. Just make that like that. Trim that and that. Okay. So now we can say that we want to come. Oh, I don't know. Let's have 5 millimeters of space. And we know that that has to be the same diameter as that, or we're just gonna kind of guess that it has to be the same. And we'll make this, I think I'll just add another line here, make that tangent, and make those perpendicular. And then I can add a revolved body up here. Ooh, no wait, that has to contact there for that to look right. Ooh. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I can't do it this way. What does the other one look like? That's really close. You know what? I bet I can add a fillet of the right radius in there, and I bet it'll look right. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and make it equal to whatever my 25 was later in the line. So first, default boss, not a thin feature, just this contour, and not about that line, but about this line. And probably throw a fit. Yep. So I'm gonna add an extra line up here. Let's make these all the same length, just so we don't have anything left undefined at the end of the day. Not a thin feature, just selected contours, only about this axis. What? Oh, it's trying to merge result. Don't merge result. There we go. Okay. Now, we go to this sketch, and we briefly wonder why it is... it's because that one's not defined. Make those vertical, and then that's fully defined. Okay, now, swept cut, solid profile, select a solid, this one, pop open the sketch we did earlier, use quick visualization anyway, and say, give me that path. Path must be fully tangent, continuous, and solid sweep. Ah, okay, so I do need a new sketch. I'll just pop it into the front plane here and say convert. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Convert. Okay. Exit sketch. Now I've got a reference sketch. Hide this. And what's this one doing still? It's like I'm still in a sketch. Why is it still showing those? Oh, I never even saved this. Dirt. Very smart. Okay. We'll call this Infinite 8. And I forgot to save it with the other features, so I'm going to save this one as Infinite 8 Clampy. I don't know, I'll figure it out later. Okay. So this should be hidden. This should also be hidden. No, wait. No, I can pick it later. That's fine. Swept cut. Solid profile. Pick this guy. And that sketch. There we go. Our little dimple. Doesn't look right. Don't know why it doesn't look right. happens if we like bring it a little tighter? Say 2 millimeters. Yeah, that doesn't look right. Yeah. This is not a simple shape, and everyone who says that it is didn't look very closely. Because eventually, if you want that to actually match up, so we'll just go in here and quickly, let's see how I got this defined right now. I've got that defined with that, but if we instead define it by making that pierce there so that it's continuous, it still doesn't, well, and then the cut sweep self-intersects, so no, it won't work. Yeah, this is not trivial. Yeah, okay, so let's back out of this a little bit. Let's pop you two out. Sketches. Okay, so we got the infinite 8. Save as. We'll call this like infinite 8 dash hyperboloid. Because these are supposed to bend out, I think. And it's really not clear to me how that's supposed to work. So let's come back up to the first cut. Boss, top plane. This is going to look weird for quite a while until it gets to making sense. More concentric. They're already concentric? They are now. Coincident. Again, it's like midpoint. Rather than being coincident, I want Pierce. Okay, so then this gets basically as big as it wants to be, which is probably fine, but I think I'll limit it to. I'll limit it a little bit so we can have these two be equal. And also construction. And now we'll do extruded boss base. Oop, I have to go check that sketch first to figure out how thick it needs to be, or rather, which dimension I need to grab. I think that's, did I make that D2? Right click, something, come on, just give me the name. D1 sketch 1. So I'll do double that for this thickness. D1 at sketch 1 times 2, and do not merge, and be midplane. Now I go back and I add fillets that are equal to D1 at sketch 1, and we'll do here and here. Go quick subtract, or combine rather. Subtract, main body, secondary body, let's go. Okay, so now we're closer to the hyperboloid, but we're not actually quite there yet, because we have this flat profile, but we're not expanding outward. So I need to, once I've filled it, which I think I don't want to do that way, now that I look at it. Just this face and just these two. It's like, how do you cleanly make that transition? Let's try something. Let's try sketch on the top plane. And I'm gonna try something like that. Some natural symmetry here, make that vertical. We hide this body since we don't really care about it. Make those co-radial. I think is what I want. Make this, say, 50 millimeters high is probably good enough. Then we're going to add another quick reference axis and define its length there, and then do revolved boss. Sketch is currently open. I do not want it to be closed. I would like it in revolution. Auto select. Do not auto select. Select only that one. And that's the problem. That's the problem you will run into, is that if you then combine it, you somewhere eventually you end up with a sharp edge. Even if we make this, say, 75. Whoops. 75, not 43. Rebuild. Eventually you run into an issue there. And now it does have the right cavity, and in fact you could even, well, I guess you can't get revolved anymore. This is the part I don't know how to solve, is I don't know how to make this transition nicely. And I don't think anyone else does either, so I welcome solutions. I suppose I could do something like... What? How do you even shape that? How do you make Solidworks okay with that? Oh, it doesn't like 25. I'll make this equal to E1 at sketch 1 minus 5 millimeters. Oops. 5 millimeters. Hang on. Why is that going the wrong way? Something's wrong here. Why is that? Oops. Not the circular pattern. No, the thin revolve. Oh, I'm dumb. Just clicked on the wrong feature. Maybe. Well, let's try this. Let's try. Don't be co-radial. Keep the verticality. Don't be co-radial. Instead, just drag you out of the way a bit. And oh goodness, it's still. Can I move this anymore? Oh yes, because that's still a point, so I can still make that independent. I want this to be on these edges, but let's see, on those edges. But I also want it to be on that point. Let's try that. What does that look like? When we combine it, does it subtract something nicely? Looks like it. And keeps the hyperboloid. Hey! Hey! There we go. Alright, let's shrink that a little bit so the effect isn't quite so extreme. And it looks like we can get more and more gradual. Oops. No. Has to be at least, let's say, equals 1.5 times D1 at sketch 2. Or sketch 1. If I could spell sketch. There we go. Okay. Maybe 1.25? Oh, let's rebuild it and see. That looks good. Certainly comes a lot closer to, oh, actually, here's the real check, is can we fillet these edges? And if so, by how much? Like, 1,000. Nah, I won't do that. How about 200? 100? 50? Yeah, those are some really slight edges, like really minor discontinuities. But that's how you do. And then if we look at it from the front, it's got our, it's got the section right. Let's do this from the top plane even. Yeah, there we go, hyperboloid. And the curvature doesn't exactly match, but it's a lot closer. So now let's pop the cut revolve. Or hang on, before doing that, let's edit the circular pattern to instead pattern the combine. Nope, can't pattern the combine. Cool, okay. What we'll do instead is we'll move this down here. That's getting in the way. Edit the circular pattern to, instead of features, I want it to pattern bodies, and I want it to pattern this body, and I want it to... I don't think it'll merge by default. I think it'll just end up with multiple solid bodies. No, wait, what? Did it just... what? Oh. Oh, hang on. No, it was combining. So now I have 3. But if I combine... bodies to combine... yes. Yeah! Yeah! And, oh, I was really hoping that last fillet was gonna work, but... what's it complaining about? Oh, I see. It doesn't like those. So we can clear selections. Yeah, okay, so it doesn't want to pick those tangents. That's neither here nor there, really. Oh, hey, if I just pick everything, it works. Cool. I'll take it. It's a little bit gross in there, but given that this now accurately matches the hyperboloidy bit, I'm pretty pleased with that. So the other thing you could do is we'll just try it and see what happens. Curvature continuous fillets, it'll probably break because it has to be curvature continuous in some really weird ways. Oh, hey, it didn't break. It will, however, drastically increase the rebuild time. You could even check that. So rebuild time, that last fillet takes 4 3/4 seconds. What happens if it's just circular? Come on. It takes 5 seconds just to rebuild its preview. So let's not do a preview. Instead, just be circular. Evaluate, performance eval. It takes 1/10 of a second, so drastically quicker if it's circular. And no one's going to be able to tell in a model like this. I mean, sure, you can... maybe somebody will break out like a... I have no idea. Can you even, like, monitor curvature in real life with anything besides, like, a... yeah, there's some minor discontinuities, but I can handle those. But now, we match the hyperboloidiness, which is fun. What happens if I make this bigger? So if I bring the scale factor up to like 4 probably won't work, but 3 might. If I rebuild, it takes up more of it. Interesting. If we look at the cross section, what I'm most interested in is, are those tangent? Distance between circular centers, 0. So it's a little off tangent out there at the edge, but I bet if I just keep making that bigger, I bet it just keeps getting better. Because, as we all know, bigger is better. Will it even go to 4? It might error out, because that'll be large. Yeah, it airs out. Does it though? What's that sketch look like? We go up to that circular pattern there, or before the pattern, I think. Oops, not the cut roll, please. Hang on. Why are you still here? Oh, no, that needs to be there. Or, no, it doesn't. It doesn't need to be there. The fill will probably complain now, but we can tell it to just be quiet. Ooh, I wonder if... Okay, so those faces don't work now. Do these faces work? What? No, give me the face, please. Seems to like that. Whoops, nope, don't edit that fillet. Here. How far into this? Half an hour? Not bad for getting the hyperboloid. Outside, outside, inside. Inside, inside, outside. Insides and outsides and all arounds. Yeah, okay, throws a fit. I think the problem is that those are too close together for it to like adequately trim things together in a nice way. So that can be pretty large, but I need to make sure that ooh, if that matches that point, I don't know how to make it do that. Let's do 2 or 3.5. That seemed to work fairly well. But if I can match, no, if I match that point, I will trim in. I'll trim inwards, and then that won't work. So it does have to be this way. What I'm thinking about is if I can make it match, match up at this edge rather than down here in the center, then hypothetically it'll be a more close fit. But as soon as I do that, I think I'll end up undercutting in there, which would be not good. I'm just pushing it too far. Well, hey, there's a shape. There's a hyperboloid. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else really to add. Some people did some flair with like making that an ellipse. The big good solution that I saw used that, and it does look pretty, but that's not the tricky part of this part. Is that gonna break at 35? I bet it breaks. Okay, it doesn't. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that, all things considered. Fun fact: this is now scale invariant. Minus the fillets, I think, possibly. If I go down to 20, that might break. Yeah, the fillets will break. And then that breaks everything else too, so. 25 it stays. Ooh! Because this is based on the same thing. Hang on. Let's do some macro comparison here. Reference document. Well, it's easier if I just open it first. Recent, Infinite 8. So this is a feature that I don't see people use a lot, and that I wish more people used because it seems super crazy, ridiculously powerful. I don't care about properties, I only care about comparing geometry. They're going to be aligned by default because they're basically the same part. Let's pop that over. Hang on, go this way. Go this way. Like this. Like these. Okay. So, we've got the common volume. Oh, I changed the size of that fillet. Hang on, these won't be comparable now. Dirt. It is it? Yeah, it's 30 over here. Dang it. Dang it! Okay, hang on, gotta fix that first. It's gotta rebuild itself and sort itself out. Q, save. Okay. Now, once more into the comparison. Reference, well, actually we should make the infinite 8 the reference, and the hyperboloid the new one. Ah! Sneeze. Oh, great. There we go, that's looking much better. So, common volume, material to remove. It's just adding some material, or rather removing some material around the edge there to make it a little bit, to just like bring it a little bit closer to the true shape, I think. And it's really close too, like, actually maybe that's just the mesh, it's kind of hard to tell. Can I section this? That would be nice. I think maybe I'd have to do live section planes or something in order to be able to see sections, but the gist is, I think the hyperboloid is kind of necessary to get the shape right on this one. So if we show common volume, the infinite 8. Oh, hang on. Is that cutout's bigger? What? Oh. Yes. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah, this cutout is bigger. Because I'm looking at the ghost of the original one, which would have had more material on the inside of this bore. All is well. I'm still saying kind of. And it approaches almost nothing in the middle there. So, compare tool, super handy. Just direct comparison of parts. Really super duper underrated. Pop back. Go back to my feature tree. Does it stay per document? It does. And you can even tell. Oops. Like the only thing it does is open those holes a little bit more. And I think let's do curvature. Does it not? I could have sworn there was a thing to show curvature under Solidworks, curvature under pointer. Come on. Dynamic highlight from graphics hue. I'm pretty sure I can just go into the settings and search that and it'll come up. Dynamic highlight. Graphics hue. Yeah, why is that disabled? 25 versus, or exactly 25 versus something a little larger than 25, but the same everywhere else. Okay, well, that's all I had on this one. I hope whoever it is that watches this down the line, I hope you learned something. And also to look closer at the models because it's never quite so easy. I think what really tipped me off was with just those straight lines. Those shouldn't be quite that straight, and that looks like it bends out a little bit. And these ones look like they're either straight or bending out a little bit. And if they were truly just a revolved cut, then how are you going to machine that? I mean, there are. What am I thinking of? Exterior radius cutters? There's got to be a name for this type of cutter that I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of something that looks... Ah, hey, wouldn't you know it? This. You'd need one of these in order to cut this. And, my god, that's $150. Yeah. Don't design parts that, need to buy those. Is there a name for this? Okay, radius cutter. I wonder if there's, like... Okay, yeah, you could get cheaper ones, but, as a design guy, I bet he's not using the cheap stuff, so... And they're clearly using CNCs to manufacture some of these as well. In the earlier... where is it? Come on. Here we go. That right there. That's somebody's giant 4x8 CNC router. And... You know, oh, we did it in 2 pieces. What? That's a cop-out. That's way too easy. You can't do it in 2 pieces like that. I don't know. I'm probably being too harsh. It's a tough part to machine, so. I wish I could do sandcasting, though. That's something I've never done. On the to-do list for skills to learn. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna call it here. To anyone watching this later on online, thank you. I always appreciate people coming back and offering comments either on the Reddit post or on the stream itself. This isn't gonna be something I'm gonna post. I mean, you just watch me make it. You could remodel it yourself. There's nothing I did here that you can't do, and probably all the way back to like Solidworks 2015 or something. So, yeah. Have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Boink.